Okay, when replacing the washer cowl, the first thing you do is you got this big giant rubber gasket here that just slides on. So I'm putting it on, but the first thing you'll do is take this off. So that's the first thing. Next thing, make sure when you pull the cowling up, you disconnect it from the hose line right over here, the window washer line. Do not forget to hook that back up when you put it together. And so we'll get to the next part next. Now, next is the wipers. Now, this could drive you nuts if you don't know what you're doing. You've got a little, well, can't try to do this with one hand. See, you've got a little slider here that slides back and forth. Hope you can see that. And it slides out of the way so you can remove the windshield wiper, but it has to be cocked up. When the wiper is down, it locks it so it can't move. So as long as it's up, just push that out of the way. And then, let's see, is that, okay, that's too low. So, locked itself in there. So let's move it up. Okay, that's too many. Alright, sometimes you have to get it just right. And that's correct there. So this just pushes in, and then that locks it so it can't come loose. So that's how to get the windshield wipers off and on. Like I said, it's got to be up. This little thing will slide out of the way and it'll slip right off. Push it back in, down it goes, and you've got it on there. So now I'm kind of going backwards here anyway, but guys. Hey guys, I thought I'd do a quick installation and review on the two-part Mustang washer cowling by this company that I got off eBay. It was like 22 bucks. It's the two-part cowling, and so I think we'll give it a shot. I know some guys have trouble, some don't. I can kind of see why some do and don't, so maybe I can be a little helpful out on this one. First of all, I had my windshield replaced, and when they tried to remove this, obviously being out in the desert, this it's junky plastic anyway, but it's just falls apart with our son and stuff. So this is cracking apart. Now the two-part has the two-part gasket here. Some guys don't like that, so you can, if you're careful, just go ahead and pull this off. It's on with double stick tape. If it's not too rotted, just be careful, pull that off. And notice, this will come in a little bit later in the video, but notice this comes up short here. Alright, so it's going to come up short on both sides, which I'll get to when we get to the other parts. But when everything's removed, I didn't remove it, so I don't have that video, but you've got your little washer sprayers here. Easy, they just got a little push, and they come out, and then you just wiggle them off your the back part. Just wiggle that right off of the hoses. Kind of hard to do it with one finger here, but and that pushes through, and just do that. Just be delicate because these hoses are plastic, and so I'll get to the rest of it here in a bit. So just letting you know about the first part here and the company. And here's what comes in the kit. Kind of sort of pre-assembled. It's kind of nice they give you these hinge cover rubbers. They're already installed. They have these standoffs. Make sure they're vertical. When you mount it, it just keeps these at the right height here, basically. The gasket, as you can see, looks like it gets pretty crinkled up. It'll probably flatten out. I won't guarantee it, but it'll probably flatten out with a little bit of heat. The other side's the same. It looks like they don't really know what they're doing, because they put the short edge in the middle where it overlaps and not on the very edge. So I haven't decided what I'm going to do, if I'm going to try to use these to just see if they work, or I'm going to use the old one which I pulled off. I'm going to clean up to make it look like new. There's absolutely no instructions in here, but there are the plastic push pins, and they give you the 2 strips of rubber, which if you look at your old cowling goes right here. They didn't give any way to attach it, but I'm going to be using 3M weather stripping yellow. I don't know what that stuff's made out of. I call it gorilla snot, but I call it magic stuff, because that will literally stick to anything forever. So I'm not sure what it is, but I'm going to be using a lot of that on this guy. So this is what the parts look like. Plastic doesn't look bad. It looks like decent castings. They're probably the same kind of plastic this factory one is, just cheap plastic. The rubber is a little plasticky. Like I said, I'm not sure if I'm going to use it. As you can see, the double stick isn't that highest of quality, but other than that, it's not bad so far. The fit's going to be the main thing here. So, but that's what the parts look like and what comes in the kit. All right, the next step here are the hold down clips. As you can see on the factory ones, they are spread pretty wide because that slot they slip in is wide. Now the clips that come on the 2-part replacement, I've already bent these out, but they're basically flat against the plastic. They use some hot glue or something to keep them on there. So what I've already done is I've opened these guys up. If you can see it, I just opened them up with pliers, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to slip them on to just a small screwdriver handle, and then I'm going to use pliers to squeeze them down so they have a bow in them, just like the stock ones. You can do this if you're careful, just to pull these off. I'm just going to use some other type of glue to glue them back on, or you can take the factory ones and slide those on and do that. So either way works fine. The guys that replaced my windshield lost some of these clips, so I'm just going to do a little bit of both here. But that was the problem. These are basically just flat when they come on, and they won't stay in the clips. So that's how you fix that problem. Okay, now I've got all the tabs bent out, widened up, so we're good to go on the tabs. Now in the kit you also get the 2 rubber pieces here, but no way to attach them. And also I've taken the double stick rubber strip off here. It was already broken, and this has already lost its stick. Now I worked in a plastics factory. They always have some kind of silicone or whatever to get the pieces out of the molds. They'll want to stick because it's hot plastic. So they always have some kind of a separator on it, glycerin or whatever. So that has to be taken off. That's why the other complaint is this stuff comes loose, because it won't, the 2 double sticks tape. So the rubber gasket comes loose. So what you have to do with these guys is I carefully remove these guys already. Like I said, you could probably glue the old one on if you wanted to clean that up. I'm going to use the new one just for the heck of it. So I'm going to first clean this off really good, this area, with alcohol, and then I'm going to take 320 and I'm going to scuff it up so the adhesive has something to grab onto. Now, this is what we all call gorilla snot for 40-50 years. It's a yellow 3M weather stripping. This stuff is just amazing. It'll stick to skin, anything. Don't get the black. The black is totally different stuff. But this stuff is just amazing, and that's what I'm going to be using to glue everything on. So I'm going to get some of that. It's like snot. It's yellow. You have to get it on both sides and then pull it apart and let it dry a bit and stick it together, and it's just some crazy good stuff. I use it on all sorts of stuff. So use the yellow, not the black. Glued on, like I said, be very careful. Make sure the edge matches the edge. Now they give you 2 brand new rubber strips that need to be glued on. Now I glue them. You might want to use a double stick. Again, I've used alcohol to clean both the rubber and the plastic, and then I used 320 to rough everything up. We have a little standoff here that I cleaned up, and I'm also good to glue that on there. So if you look on the old one, it doesn't quite go to the very edge, so I'm going to do the same with these guys. Everything's in and on and glued. The alignment's pretty good. I mean, it's not awful. It looks good. I mean, it looks a lot better than the broken up one. There you go. Make sure when you install it, this goes underneath here. Don't forget the 4 push pins in front, and get the other wiper on there, and she'll look almost new. So that's the install on this 2-part cowling replacement. So hope that helps some of you guys.